Speed is money. It can cost you up to 40% revenues. So try this two-step framework to test your website and unlock its full potential. Within the last 5 years, I analyzed 100 websites and I went through dozens of important online store platforming, and I built and sold an entire company around speed. So in this video we will touch 3 main topics about speed. First, why speed is so important, the benefits of testing and optimizing it with the right perspective. How to test speed correctly using a non-technical framework that everyone can understand. My suggestion about tools and processes. This is going to be particularly helpful for all managers, tech leaders and marketing managers that need to optimize technical and business performances of the store. So let's begin talking about money. Why speed is so important and how does it impact revenues? Speed is made of 2 parts, loading speed and interaction speed. So we can basically say that speed is the user perception of page loading and interaction time during the journey on the website, and it has a direct measurable impact on the business performance. Proven by many case studies and from my personal experience that speed impacts 3 key metrics: bounce rate, conversion rates, and return on advertisement spend. So let's do a little simulation together to see why and how it impacts these key metrics.
Let's say every week we paid $100 to bring 1,000 users to click an ad to the website, and here we have our traffic. Unfortunately, the website is very slow to load and we lose 10% of these users, not even landing to the page and not being tracked by the analytics. So only 900 become sessions. Here we have the bounce rates. With a slow loading website, we can have a speed impact of 20% within the bounce rate. And here is another drop, and speed have already lost us 30% of the user we paid for. Then our user get more engaged, start using the website features, and if the website is very slow to respond to interaction, we will lose more. In this area of the funnel, we can lose up to 15% of conversion rate because of the slow interaction, like using filters, search, and especially on checkout steps. At the end, 7 users will make a purchase of $20 for a total of 140 revenues. So we paid 400 and we got 140 back for a return on ad spend of 1.4.
Okay, good. So as you can see, the impact of speed can be very high. I made this little optimization scenario.
So from the slow simulation, we are starting with a slow website where we're investing $100 to sell 140. From this process, we can see how by optimizing loading and interaction speed, we can unlock up to 29% with an average optimization. And by bringing the website up to fast speed, we can unlock the full potential up to 60% increase in revenues and return on ad spend.
Let's see the framework recipe for testing loading speed. Let's start by testing each kind of page. Category page, product page, and static page, like the home page, for example. Then we use any kind of tool that provides a visual timeline to test and check a single metric. The key components load time. This simply means that we test a category page and check on the timeline when the category name and the first row of product is loaded. Same for the product page, where we check when the product name and the price and the first image appear, and so on. Let's go read one timeline together. Let me go ahead on gtmetrics.com, copy and paste a product page here. We will just look at the visual timeline, check when the first image, name of the product and the price appear. Now you saw how I tested one kind of page. I will do the same for all the 3 kind of pages, so the category page, product page that we did together, and the static page for the home page of the website, and I will put them inside Google Sheet of the framework. So let's do it together. We had 1.3 time loading for the category page. We did together 1.4 on the product page, and we have a static page loading in 1.5. So the average load time of the website, so how fast the website is to load, is 1.4. So as you can see, the framework gives you immediately a very simple feedback This is an average load speed website. This means that we have a potential KPI impact of active user loss of 12%, a 7% conversion rate loss, and an overall 18% revenues loss. Awesome, let's move to the second part of the framework. Let's start testing key interaction times. So here we have 4 main interactions. We have filter, search, add to cart, and checkout. We just need to take time and see how fast the website responds and give feedbacks to the user to this action. So for example, when I click add to cart, the feedback that user receives to see that the cart worked. So take your measurement and let's fill the result into the framework and let's complete the analysis. Awesome, we just completed the framework. As it's very simple, let's go on and let's read the result. As you can see, we have 2 feedback. We have a feedback for how fast is the website to load pages and how fast is the website to react to interactions. In this case testing Farfetch, we get that it's an average website to load pages and an average website to interact. A potential revenues to unlock up to 20% if we can optimize time to load pages and time to interact. Some more detail about tools and process. So there are 3 tools that are free and you can use to test the website. I suggest you to use the GTmetrix with a free account, or you can, in alternative, use a screen recording tool with no cache loading of the website. Or if you're more on the technical area, you can use Google Chrome with the performance testing feature. We do have very important tips about the process. So at best, you should test your website every month, or better, every week. Always test your website after a notable release of content or technical release. Things may change and might impact speed. Be careful. Be scientific when you test and create a sort of repository on a Google Sheet or whatever, and take note on when you're testing and the testing result, so you can use them to rebuild history on what changed on the website that may have a big impact on speed. But this framework works for all kind of websites, so you can easily use it for testing a recipe website or a cooking website or a subscription-based website like Netflix. Awesome, now you have everything you need to test your website using the framework. So let me know in the comment how it works, and if you have any kind of feedback or if you need help, I will try to support you. Be consistent, keep testing every month or even week, even better. Share the framework with all your technical team and marketing team so you can have all the team aligned to the same vision and with the same simple metric that we're using in the framework. In the description below you can find some useful link for the framework itself, so you can use a Google Sheet version if you prefer digital version, or you can print it on paper or use it on your iPad to write it down result and keep as some kind of archive. On my website you can find some more useful content about benchmark and KPIs impact of speed. Make sure you subscribe, stay updated about the next performance video about tech to business and business to tech from Friend. Stay tuned.